Kylie here, just with a really short practice to get you out of your head, the thinking mind, the rumination, the worry, the anxiety, the fear, and in touch with your feeling, sensing body, present moment awareness, the best place to reside when things are a little uncertain. So start with your feet about hip distance apart, put a soft bend in the knees, and just start a little bounce through the knees. So you're going to start with a little bit of bouncing and shaking. It's a great way for us to self-regulate. I always like to say bounce and shake to self-regulate. So you can keep the heels on the floor and just make it a bounce through the knees, or if you like, you can make it a little bit more energized by lifting the heels a little more. Or you can even take the feet completely away from the floor so it becomes a little spring. Just let your arms be really floppy and loose. You can even maybe take them up and shake them up above your head, out to the side, kind of flick off any of that nervous, anxious feeling that might be residing. You can even add a little twist. Not to lose my microphone. Just really shake it out. Make a noise if you need to. Good, and then come to stand and just take a moment, notice that effect through the body. All of that kind of tingling, feeling, vibration. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your breath rate. And take the arms above the head. We're going to do a little swinging action. As we make that swinging action, we're also going to make a ha sound, just to really get it out as well. So take the arms above your head, and then as you exhale, ha, all the way down. And again, ha, and again, ha, 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 ha. Two more. Ha. Good, and then come back to Tadasana, just feet about hip distance apart. And again, just take a moment to check in with the body. So as we start to create this bounce, this shake, this noise, just notice how it gives you more access to the physical sensations in the body, the feeling body, the sensual body. Notice your connection to the earth. You might even rock backwards and forwards or around in a circle, really feeling how your feet connect down to the ground. Noticing the parts of your feet that press into the earth a little more. And then can you find that place where you've got a kind of equal pressure between the heels, the big toe mound, and the pinky toe mounds of the feet. And then pick up all of your toes, flare them as wide as you can. Keep them up. Pull up on the fronts of the thighs, feeling the kneecaps lift. And as you inhale, raise your arms above your head. Touch the palms. Feel that connection, the heat of the palms. Bring the hands down. Touch the center of your forehead, the yin tongue point. Bring the hands down. Touch the center of your chest. Notice that connection. And then take the hands and stroke them down the fronts of your thighs all the way to the floor. Toes can release down. Plant the hands. Notice that connection to the earth. And step your left foot back. Lower the knee down. Take a breath and raise the arms above you. Squeeze your legs towards the center line. And then really press down into your right foot. Again, reestablishing that connection to the earth. That's the foundation, that support. Filling into all sides of your rib cage. Can you feel into the back ribs a little more? Then exhale, plant the hands. Feel that connection as you step back, downward facing dog. Lift the heels up nice and high and ripple forward into a high plank position, top of a push-up. Drop the knees to the floor, tilt the butt up, and then bring your chest and your chin down. Feel that connection of chin to earth. Tilt the tailbone down, press the pelvis down, and raise your chest up, cobra pose. Exhale, release the forehead to the floor. Pause for a moment. Feel that connection to the earth, that pressure through the forehead. And then exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Raise your right leg to the sky. And as you exhale, draw the knee to the nose and step between your hands. Drop your back knee down to the floor. And keep the fingertips on the floor, or you can place them on blocks. As you breathe in, draw your chest forward, lift your gaze. As you breathe out, keep your foot planted. Start to send the sitting bones back, only as far as you can keep the foot on the floor. Then see if you can round the spine. Inhale, come forward, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, push the ground away as you round the spine, reach back. One more, come forward. Send the chest forwards and up. Exhale, push into the earth to round your spine. Come all the way back to your low lunge, and then just find any kind of organic movement that feels good for you in this movement. Maybe it's swaying your hips from side to side. Maybe you take a little spiral, extend the arm to the sky. Maybe it's a circle with the arm. So just finding what feels good for you in the body. No right or wrong, but just kind of exploring your body in space right now. Good, and then step all the way forward, top of the mat. Press down through the feet and slowly roll up your spine. And as you do that, take the hands and stroke them up the fronts of your legs, feeling all of that sensation as you rise. Then sweep the arms up above your head, touch the palms, feel the heat through the palms. Draw the hands down, press the thumbs to the third eye point, feel that pressure. Draw the hands to the center of the chest, press into the center of the chest. Stroke the hands down the fronts of the legs again until your palms connect to the floor. Step your right foot back, lower the knee down. Press into the ground as you raise the arms up. Notice that sensation between the palms of the air. That different sensation from having the hands planted to the ground. Take one more breath. And then plant your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Raise your heels and ripple forward into a high plank, top of a push-up. Drop your knees to the floor and then your chest and your chin down. Notice that pressure down through the chin bone. Scoop the tailbone towards the floor as you press the pelvis down and then raise the chest up. Lead with the back of the chest. Exhale, release the forehead down. Take a little moment to notice that sensation, that pressure through the front of the head. And then press into the earth to send your hips back, downward facing dog. Raise your left leg to the sky. Draw the knee in and step between your hands. Drop the back knee to the floor, and again, use your blocks if you need to. As you breathe in, mount your hips down, look up. As you breathe out, push down with your left foot as you round your spine to send the hips back. Breathing in, come forward, lift your chest. Breathing out, push the ground away, round your spine. 2 more times, just feeling that connection of the left foot pressing into the earth to send you back. And that extension as you draw the chest through. The flexion as you tuck and round the chin back. Coming back to the low lunge and then just finding your own organic movement. Maybe it's a little sway of the hips from side to side. Maybe it's a little twist. Maybe it's a circle with the arm. Just finding something that feels good in your body right now. Connecting to the sensation in your body. And then step forward and fold top of the mat. Slide the hands up the legs. Feel that sensation as the hands slide up. Circle the arms out and up, touch the palms. Notice the heat between the palms. Thumbs to the third eye point, press lightly. Thumbs to the center of the chest, again, press lightly. Hands slide down the backs of the legs this time. Notice that sensation. Does it feel different from the fronts of the legs? Plant the hands, step your left foot back. This time, keep the knee away from the floor, rise on up. Interlace the fingers behind your head and press your head into your hands. Feel your hair, the base of the skull. Just notice that sensation there. Press down into the ground through your feet. And then begin to take a few circles with your torso. And if you need to, you can drop that back knee to the floor for a little extra support. And just seeing what it feels like as you circle the torso, bringing a little bit more of your intrinsic muscles, those deeper stabilizing muscles online, and having a little fun playing around with the balance. Good, come back to the center, raise the arms up, notice the sensation through the palms. Place the palms to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Lift the heels and ripple forward, high plank position. Drop the knees, then the chest and the chin to the floor. Tilt the tailbone as you press the pelvis down. This time, raise the chest and your left leg. Notice how that feels. Exhale, release the forehead down. Press back to downward facing dog. Feel the connection between your hands and your feet with the earth. As you inhale, raise your right leg to the sky. And then exhale, step the foot between your hands. This time, rise up for arrowhead. Fly the arms alongside you. And imagine that you want to squeeze something between your palms. You can stay here or start to play with balancing by sliding the back leg in and lifting it up. Little warrior 3. As you exhale, can you send the exhale down through your standing leg into the earth? Finding a sense of stability, a sense of grounding through that standing leg. Then draw your left knee to your chest as you stand up tall. Hug the knee in tight. Grow a little taller as you press down into the earth. And exhale, release the foot down. Take a breath in, raise the arms up. Touch the palms, feel that pressure. Press the thumbs to the third eye point. Notice that. Bring the hands to the center of the chest. Slide the hands down the backs of your legs. Notice how it feels to brush the backs of your legs. Plant the hands and step your right foot back this time. Knee stays up as you rise on up. Interlace the fingers behind your head. Snuggle the head into your hands and notice the feeling of your hair against your fingertips, your hands, your palms. And then begin to circle your torso. Remembering you can drop the back knee down to the floor. Notice that sensation through your feet, that sense of grounding and stability down through the base of support. At the same time, noticing all of those little muscles that are helping to find your balance. If it gets wobbly, just have a little smile. It's okay. Come back to the center. Plant your hands, step back, down dog. Notice that connection you have with the ground. Ripple yourself forward, high plank. Lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Then tilt the tailbone as you press the pelvis down. Lift your chest and your right leg. Notice how it feels to just have one leg lifted. Exhale, release down. Feel that pressure of the forehead against the mat. Press back, downward facing dog. Raise your left leg to the sky. Draw the knee to the nose, step between your hands. Rise for arrowhead, so diagonal line with the body from crown of the head to the back heel. Reach the arms back and imagine squeezing a great big ball between your arms. Anchor down through your heel on that left foot. Notice the sensation that travels up your leg. And then begin to shift forward if you choose to and start to float your right leg up, finding a balance. As you exhale, imagine or visualize the breath going down your standing leg into the earth, almost as if you're growing deeper roots into the earth. And then inhale, draw the right knee to your chest. Give a little squeeze. Stand up a little taller. Exhale, release the foot down. Notice the feet pressing into the earth. Notice the breath. Notice sensation through the body. And then toe heel your feet a little wider. Begin to sit your hips all the way down to the floor. Once your hips touch the floor, just rock yourself back, come to a little Navasana. So you can hold on to the knees, the backs of the knees. You can even bring your hands behind you and plant the hands to the floor. Or you could take the legs a little higher, maybe the arms reach out. Notice the pressure of your butt against the floor. Notice what your breath is like. Good, and then exhale, slowly lower down. Bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. Let's take a moment to connect in with your breath and to really feel that sensation of your feet on the ground. Take a breath in. And then exhale for 5 as you raise your hips to the sky and take the arms back behind you. And then inhale to lower the hips and the arms back to the floor. Take a breath in and exhale for 5 again as you raise the hips up and take the arms back behind you. Inhale to bring the hips and the hands back down. This time, see if you can increase it to 6. If that feels too much, just stay with 5. So lifting the hips to the sky, arms reach back. Inhale to lower. And again, exhale for 6. Inhale to lower. If you can, increase the exhale to 7 now, or feel free to keep it at 5 or 6. Press down into the earth. Feel your connection with the earth as you lift up. Normal inhale brings you back down. Exhale for 7. Normal inhale brings you down. And this time, increasing to 8. Exhale. Remember, if it feels too much, just return to one of the earlier numbers. Normal inhale brings you down. Start to notice all of that sensation through the legs as you press to rise. Where do you feel it the most? Normal inhale brings you down. And then walk the feet a little closer together. Take the arms out into a T and let your knees rock from side to side. And as the knees gently rock from side to side, let your head go the opposite way. And as your head goes the opposite way, allow the arm that you're facing to turn up and the arm on the other side to roll in. And then switch it over. So you've got a little internal and external rotation happening through the arms as the knees and the head flop from side to side. It's a little counter rotation. And just notice how that feels through the body. Notice where you feel perhaps tension. Notice where you feel the stretch. And do one more. And then come back to the center. Walk your feet as wide as your mat and knock your knees in. Take your arms and wrap them around your body, so you're giving yourself a nice little hug. And then take the elbows to the right, a little rotation, and then back to center. And then take the elbows to the left and back to center. And just see if you can time this with your breath. Nice slow breath. I'll do one more each way. Come back to the midline. And then release the grip. Take your legs to the sky and take your hands and just pat all the way up towards your feet or as far as you can reach, and then pat all the way down the backs of the legs. Do that a couple more times, all the way up the fronts, all the way down the back, all the way up the front, and all the way down the back. Let's do one more. And then make your way into a final resting position. Could be legs out long or could be knees bent as we did before. Close your eyes and just notice all that sensation from smacking the legs, that tingle, vibration. Notice the heat through the palms. Notice the weight of your body resting on the ground. Notice if there's parts of your body that feel a little heavier on the ground. And then return your awareness to the breath. And as you exhale, exhale for 5. And if that feels comfortable, you can try exhaling for 6. And if that feels comfortable, you can try exhaling for 7. And if that feels comfortable, try exhaling for 8. And then let go of the awareness of breath and just allow yourself to rest and notice the effects of the practice. Are you feeling a little more in your body? Perhaps a little calmer, a little more grounded. And take the arms above your head, take a big stretch, reach through the toes, reach through the fingertips, tighten every muscle as you pandiculate, yawn your body awake, and then exhale, release, and carefully roll to one side to make your way up. Hopefully that has given you a little bit more access to being in your body and out of the thinking mind. And thank you for practicing with me. Hari Om Tat Sat.